One of the most traditional roles of the artist is to show the world a new way to see things. I think they're just fragments of an energy that's been here since day one. But artists take that responsibility to show us there's other ways to see this, that there are other ways to experience this one idea or concept. And by seeing that and being exposed to that, it should show us as human beings also that we can do the same thing. We can think about things differently. We can always choose to do that. It's not all about just the museums and the galleries. It's about everyone having access to being able to see art and react to it or think about it or be exposed to it and have those feelings of either wanting to see it or not wanting to see it, but it puts you in a position to have to make a choice about why. When I'm creating art, I feel incredibly energized and I feel incredibly happy, so I'm aware of how I feel while I'm in the act of. So for me, it kind of made sense as time went on with that awareness that not only would I want to transcend that into an occupation, but at the same time, I could expose what I love the most to other people while helping them develop that within themselves as well. I can't really blur the line between when I'm working and when I'm playing. I don't really know the difference. Since I've been a very little kid, I've always known that I was an artist and that I wanted to be an artist. By the time I was about 4 or 5 years old, I noticed that if I drew pictures of other people, they would become my friends. So I started drawing cartoons of people from a very early age on, and that later turned into creating paintings, and paintings became sculptures, and sculptures became videos, and it's all kind of taken off from there, I guess. I loved cartoons right away, so for me, being 5 and 6 years of age, I started watching cartoons, everything from Hanna-Barbera cartoons to Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Disney cartoons were things that influenced me greatly. I loved the bold outlines and the really flat, opaque colors, and I later discovered those same colors and line quality in early 1980s subway art and graffiti. For me, as someone who was 12, 13, and 14 years old, that was a medium for me to be really super expressive because it was quick. I realized as I started getting older that, you know, hey, at the same time you're starting to deface other people's property and there's not anything cool about that. So I went another route with that. I started working on canvas, I started working on paper, I started getting permission for the projects that I wanted to do because I believed the projects had value. If you can make a living doing off of what you love to do the most, you know, show me where to sign on the dotted line. Think of how you can share what you do best with other people so you can help them get ahead. Teach people how to create opportunities for themselves. I've been a college professor now for, this is my 10th year. I've been teaching everything from drawing to two-dimensional design, sculpture, three-dimensional design, printmaking, and I developed a curriculum for one of the first ever street art and graffiti courses to be taught at the college level that started about 4 years ago here in New York. I just feel passionate about art in general. You know, in terms of the classroom, I just bring my energy directly into the classroom. I believe we're always students. We're always going to be finding mentors and we're always going to be looking for ways to get ahead. People are constantly showing us parts of ourselves, you know. Whether I have an undergraduate student in their first semester, I can look at that student and say, that was me at one time.
People have had enough of working with cut paper.
Everything is really possible. Anything that you'd like to achieve is really possible. It's a matter of just not falling into the trap of thinking, if I don't get it right the first time, then I've failed, which you can never really do. All you can do is produce a result. It's what you do with the result after that point is what matters more than anything else. I strongly believe that you will get what your attention is focused on. So if your attention is focused on what's wrong with things in the classroom, you're going to experience a lot of problems. Proudest moments are those moments when I make conscious contact with my student and they look at me and they can dictate back to me exactly what they've learned. Where through the interaction of the project, I've taken it here. They can display it in their work, whether it's on the floor or it's on the wall, and they can retain it by communicating with me 2 or 3 years later, saying, hey, look what I'm doing now, look where my work has gone, look where I've taken things, and there's nothing more rewarding than that. It's really fantastic.
My professor is actually a very funny guy, and I think having that sort of attitude incorporated into class actually gets students to want to learn, to want to come on time and do the work. Especially in art, art is a class where you can express yourself, and if you don't have the right professor helping you express yourself, then I don't think through your art you'll actually achieve anything.
Like, I have some professors that don't even, like, they don't connect with us. It's just, this is what we're doing, you know, do it. And he connects with us, it works.
I appreciate that he walks around and he takes a close look and gives everyone an individual attention. For every little detail or any questions that they ask, he's always available, so I really appreciate that. It's sometimes good in projects like this where, you know, you're kind of confused of what to do or if you're doing it right, you know. He's just always there, and it's a good feeling that, you know, you can depend on him to actually explain what the project is all about and everything.
I hope as an artist and an educator that my students will take away a feeling that they can still reach out to me and communicate with me when our class time is over.
I'd actually talk to him like in the halls if I saw him. Well, as opposed to a teacher, if I saw them in the halls, I would only talk to them about like what we learned in class. So having this sort of teacher makes you actually want to learn more.
I appreciate the fact that he takes the time to talk with us and tries to get to know us a bit and tries to bring out our personality in the artworks that we try to give out.
I need to get to know each individual person so I can find out who they are, what their interests are, and how I can work with them to apply their interests and energy into the work that we're creating for the class. This way we don't end up with a whole series of works that look the same or similar or redundant. I certainly don't want my student work to look like my work. I want them to develop their own authentic self.
He's just always like happy and positive, like all the time.
These guys are good. These guys work hard. Hard work in class. I'm lucky here at York. We always have good students, good hard-working students here. In the future, I do see myself as being an educator. It may transcend outside of just, say, teaching at the college level. I believe there's a lot of good that I can do in the academic community, but at the same time, I feel like that might limit the amount of ways that I can help other people. I'm always working on usually, 7 or 8 projects simultaneously, all at once. I believe in this medium. I believe it has an important role in today's art world, and it's something that's inspired me for my whole life, so it's something I'm happy to share. My name is Ryan Seslow. I am an artist and a professor of art.